thought we'd see fighting throughout the city.
Either Dohalim's allies have been arrested, or they're keeping a low profile.
Meaning the rebels are occupying the palace? Then let's hurry up and kick those bastards out. This place is awfully quiet for a siege palace.
Such a huge place is spooky without all those people here.
They're probably waiting to ambush us.
With so few Renans here, I guess this is what it's like when the Danans are expelled and the ruling minority are all that's left. My money's on them using Zeugles to even the odds.
I don't even see any Danan guardsmen.
The fact that they're not at their stations tells me they really have been driven out. We all swore an oath of loyalty to Lord Dohalim. My fellow guards wouldn't abandon their post lightly.
Speaking of which, where the heck is he?
How could this be happening?
Any idea where we should go in the main building?
Let's try the Lord's chamber.
Worth a shot.
Yeah, you can bust that wall.
Kisara, do you have any idea just what Kelzelik might be planning at the palace?
It's hard to say. I've never seen him use any powerful arts, and I don't think he's particularly skilled with any weapons either. However, I have noticed him accompanied by something strange from time to time.
What kind of strange?
I don't know. I couldn't see anything with him, but I could sense something was there. Probably some sort of Zoogle.
An invisible Zoogle?
We'd better be careful in any case. I'd rather we not find out after it jumps us and tries to rip our throats out.
Be a breeze. Get in, get out.
This one's mine! One more! Did you see this coming?
I can read your moves like a book.
I see one, eh? It got fire!
I've got it!
It's almost too strong!
Split it open.
Oh, be my guest! Rising Phoenix!
I'll smash you!
My shield!
Do it!
Inferno turret!
Flame of fury! Burning?
Tiger Blade! This one's mine! The power of light! Alright, let me at him!
Ribbon tear!
Explosive ray!
Flaming meteor!
Talon
Finish
hurricane!
it!
Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
I need to be stronger.
This one's mine!
Take down their defenses! Try this!
Not on my watch!
Enough done! Slash! Roller blade!
Glacial Spear!
You're finished!
Freeze Lancer!
This one is mine!
Mega
Take this! You're finished!
Ribbon tear! Now you see what I can do!
Here I go!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Make it rain!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! I feel sprightlier than before. Seriously? Is this a joke?
Now you'll learn! Not today!
They really don't give up, do they?
This one's mine!
Here, let me help you defend. That's my cue. Annihilation!
Shut him down! You're finished! You're mine! Swallow blade!
Evil Destructive!
There's always room for improvement.
I think this is a key to the noble room of the castle.
A noble what?
The room at the northern end of this floor. Maybe the relief... This mechanism is in there.
No choice! Engaging!
Watch for their ranged attack.
Mission! Its armor's too strong!
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest!
Now you see what I can do!
Your flight deal? Try this!
Do it!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Looks like we got them all.
You got spirit! I won't show you any mercy! Now you learn! It's over!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Searing flame!
No chance!
This one's mine! I'm out of ammo!
You're finished!
I'm all stopped up! Searing flame!
Here I go! It's over!
Now I'm in the groove!
Make it rain!
I'm only getting...
It's over!
That's it!
All right. There are enemy forces here, too?
They must be predicting our movements and deploying accordingly.
So they figured we were coming all along, is that it?
You know, the more I think about it, this palace is way too big for its own good.
Tell me about it. Plus, where the hell were these soldiers and Zeugles all this time?
Normally, the Zeugles are kept in specialized training facilities, and only get let out in cases of emergency.
Like this one, for instance? Give me a break. Out of our way!
You've got spirit!
So much for talking it out. Alright, let me out. Laser spear. Blazing meteor. Dust to dust. Tiger blade. That's it.
Rising
This one's mine.
Do it!
Coming with will. Demon's descent. Flashing fang.
Seems about right to me. Way.
Megasonic
Make it
launch!
rain, gunslinger around here.
You're finished! You're mine!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Is that some kind of note the rebels left?
Hey, it mentions the release mechanism we're looking for. But
This isn't enough to go on.
You've got spirit! Megasonic launch!
A showdown between blade and fist.
Now you'll learn! Here I come! You're not!
Here I
Take
go.
this!
This one, I'm only
You're
getting
finished! Steel blade!
Flame of Fury!
It's over! You're mine!
I'm out of ammo. I'm all stuffed
Look
up.
sharp. Don't get complacent.
Get lost.
Take this!
Engaging!
Going in.
I'm going in!
That's my cue!
Shut him down.
You're mine! It's over!
This one.
You managed to pull through.
is lost!
Take this! No!
On my watch!
Eagle Fire! Not done!
Fire support! I'll punch that gun out of your hand!
Annihilation!
Take this!
Mega Ray!
Take this!
Here I come!
Blade! I can carve through. I'm just getting started.
You're going in!
Support! Listen!
Turret!
This one's ready! Eagle Fire! We managed to pull through.
Look! Another note from the rebels.
If we combine it with the note we found before, then there should be a key inside a cabinet in the office.
Great. Let's see if we can find it. That's far enough!
Bring him down!
This one's mine!
Fire support! Fire!
Going in!
One more!
Here's the evil!
Fire!
Large sealed!
Fire in the hole!
Here I go!
Turbo Blade!
Evil support!
Take this!
Locked and loaded!
Mega Ray!
Support!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Even if Danins and Renans aren't on completely equal footing here, both sides still cared about each other. And now we have to fight some of those same Renans inside the palace.
Don't forget, we're here. Fighting to keep what makes this realm so special alive. Don't lose hope, Kisara.
I'll do my best!
You're mine!
Feisty one, eh?
Going in!
Blade!
You think that shield will save you?
You got spirit! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
No! You're mine! Turbo Blade! Not today! Take this!
Make it rain!
Watch that!
Leon! Astral energy! Full throttle!
My turn!
To the fray!
I'm on it! It's already too strong! Spread it open!
Make it
Here I
rain!
get it.
Kisara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion. Did that finally get rid of the wall?
To think they would hide it in Lord Dohalim's personal quarters. The nerve of these people.
They won't get away with it for much longer.
That's right. We have to hurry to the Lord's chamber. Let's go.
Well, well, if it isn't the slaves and the traitor. I don't remember giving you permission to enter the palace.
So it's true. You really are the one behind all this, Kelzelik.
I don't remember giving you permission to speak either. Know your place, slave.
Now we see his true colors.
Yeah, a despicable excuse for a human being. Though really, I guess that makes him pretty ordinary, huh?
Kelzelik, you were Lord Dohalim's most trusted advisor. His closest ally. Why would you betray him?
Don't be a fool. I didn't serve him because I wanted to. I expect a mere slave would know, but there are many powerful contenders for the position of Lord. A contest of strength determines the one who will be Lord and undisputed ruler of a realm. There is no choice in the selection. If my master had any ambitions of becoming the sovereign, I would have gladly served him.
But he had no intention of fighting for the crown.
Indeed. Can you slaves even imagine how that looked to the rest of us? Enduring the whims of an ambitionless lord, all we could do was wait for the end as we suffered through our humiliation.
You want suffering? Try being Danon for a day.
So you plotted against Lord Dohalim in secret. And when my brother found out...
And I would do it all again if it meant returning Menancia to its rightful state! A realm where Danons are slaves and Renans their masters. It's the natural order.
Enough! Who are you to decide what is natural or rightful, traitor? Miguel. My brother. He dreamed of building a world free of suffering. He gave his life for that dream. And all you've managed to build is a lake of death! You killed my brother! And now you'll die for it!
Why should I concern myself with the passing of one pathetic slave?
Have you no shame?
Careful! He has a plan of camouflage!
Great working for the weak point!
I'm on it!
Tiger Blade!
You're mine! Try harder!
Won't save you!
Now! Here I come! Swallow Blade!
I never miss!
One more! Try my turn!
Tiger Blade!
Swallow Blade! Crumble!
Here, let me have it!
Infernal Turret!
First aid!
It's over!
Going in!
Recover!
That's it!
Here I come!
Tiger
Here's a
Blade!
hero!
It's all mine! Vanished again?
Listen carefully and keep your eyes peeled. This one's mine! Tiger Blade!
You're finished!
Rip and tear!
You're mine!
Look shot! Slot! Take this!
Lightning
Tiger
Thrust!
Blade! First strike!
Stardust! Rising Phoenix!
I'm on it! That's it! Tiger Blade!
My gear!
Rising Phoenix!
Now you see what I can do!
Here
Going in!
You're finished!
Look shot!
First strike!
Watch out!
Rising Phoenix! You're mine! Look sharp! Try it! Infernal Torrent!
Eagle Bomb!
Thermite! Swallow Blade! Try this! Infernal Torrent! It's over! Be still!
I know!
Rising
Here's a
Phoenix!
healing art! It's weakened! Tiger Blade!
This ends now!
Appreciate the help!
Swallow Blade! You're finished!
I'm just
Lightning Throw!
Annihilation!
You're out!
Hurling Hurricane!
Here I
This
come!
one's mine!
It's over!
One more!
Eat this!
Look sharp!
Take this!
Here's a healing art! I'm gone! First
I know you
aid!
will sting!
Tiger Blade!
Try
Here I
this!
go! It's Mega Blade!
Small! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Take this!
Going in! Tiger Blade! Reinforcements incoming! Not a problem! Tiger Blade!
Here I come! Dazzle!
Going in!
Take this!
By the power of water! That move! I'm gone!
Here comes a big one!
I'm all set! Tiger Blade! Denied!
Lost my focus!
Time to heal anyhow!
Infernal Torrent!
Going in!
Let it tear!
I don't... Feel so hard.
You should sit this one out then.
And miss all the fun?
Here,
No
let me
way.
help. I'll pick you up! And I'll come out!
I owe you one.
Watch this! Take this! Swallow Blade! Try
Let
this!
me help!
Infernal Torrent! You're finished!
Flame of Fury!
Astral Crystal?
That's my deal! You're on!
Shut him down.
Nothing gets by me!
Infernal Torrent!
Tiger Blade!
Take this! You're finished!
Here I go! Time to shine!
Here I come! Now! Try harder! Here I come! It's on!
Smash you! Now I'm in the groove! Lost my
enough!
focus!
First aid!
Thanks.
Look sharp!
Here I come!
Searing Flame!
These fists have got your name on them!
Reload!
Infernal Torrent!
Laser Spear! Here's the
Rip
rip!
it!
This
Here
one's
I
mine!
get!
Freeze Laser! Tiger
Take it!
Blade! Glacial Spear!
Try this!
Sword!
Infernal Torrent!
Tiger Blade!
Take this! You picked the wrong fight!
This one's mine! Laser Spear!
Here it is!
Tiger Blade!
Try this! Infernal
Almost there!
Oh, close enough. Take it away, Ron.
I thought you'd never ask!
This one's mine! Where are you going?
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down! Going in! Flame of Tiger Blade! Burning Strike! Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
It's over!
Pieces!
Freeze Laser!
Armor won't save you! Here comes something big!
Try to dodge! He's far enough!
I really owe you one.
That's it!
This
Tiger
one's
Blade!
all mine!
Eagles, come on a roll now!
You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
Their arts were interrupted.
I'm gone!
Infernal Torrent! You're finished!
Tiger Blade!
I'm not done!
All finished in
Infernal
one
Torrent! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Striker!
You filthy slaves are despicable!
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzelik.
Attaining lordship! Ridiculous! Only those who possess a master core can become a lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
At last, the truth is revealed.
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
Cleaning up. Kelzelik, You've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
They can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Tsar, perhaps?
You actually expect me to talk now? At this point, the contest for the crown will be over soon enough. And you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act, as the Lord of Elda Menancia. Go. To Mahak Sar, Ganeth Haros, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Are you alright with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renan. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream?
What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Danans who overpowered Kelzelik's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renans?
Indeed. A militia made up of Danan guardsmen, Renan supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put an end to the crown contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Danans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Danans. You're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Danan dissidents, side by side with a Renan lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd Kisara go? I don't see her anywhere.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
What's Kisara going to do now?
I'm sure it's complicated for her.
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Nagal entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Easy peasy. I knew I could handle it. After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danans and Renans have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going, I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elda Menencia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elderman Guard. So in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzelik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Danans and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion?
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
You finally made it.
That was quite the little adventure we went on. I sense a poor soul who is in dire need.
Sounds like our cue to...
Hello.
Huh. Huh?
Kisara.
Right!
Got a bad feeling about this.
Get lost!
You're mine! Swallow
This
blade!
one is mine! I'll take out the lens with my shield!
Try this!
Glacial
Follow
Spear!
through it!
Here's evil!
Take this! This one keeps charging
Right
us!
here! That's what my shield's for! Get behind it!
Good! I'll leave it to you!
Tiger Blade! First aid! Leave the sword to me!
It's over!
Lightning!
I'm gone!
You're my... Try harder!
Look sharp! Tiger Blade!
Swallow blade!
This one's
Infernal
mine!
fury! No, you can't!
One more!
Tornado drive!
Prepare to be sealed, those bleacher close.
Denied!
Actually, that sound is more
You're
appropriate.
finished!
Less talking, more
Eat
doing.
dirt!
Look sharp!
Take it! You're mine! Not so fast!
Going
Try
in!
this! Infernal turret!
Going in!
You're mine!
I'm gone!
Gemini Aqua! I'm all stuffed up.
Benediction light.
Here's a healing art. First aid!
Your death.
This one's mine!
The earth throbbed.
Piercing roar!
In a vine?
Reload!
Gotcha!
You're mine!
Can you take it?
Piercing
Try this!
roar!
Infernal turret!
The fluidity of your movements.
Burning strike!
Time to shine!
It's weakened.
This ends now! You're finished!
Mega ray! Flame of Flame of fury! Burning strike!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
I never miss.
Going in!
Benediction light.
Mega ray!
I can handle it!
Not today!
I'm gone!
Here I come! You're finished!
Going in!
One more! Mega ray!
Tiger blade!
Light.
Gemini
Here I come! Heal! Try harder! My turn! Try this!
Mega ray!
Infernal turret!
You could use a head out of this!
It's over!
Mega ray!
Alright!
By the power of
Benediction light.
Going in!
Let's heal!
Here I go! Down! You're off!
Mega ray!
This one's mine!
Can you
You're
take
mine!
it?
Elusive
Tiger Blade!
Can you take it?
Infernal turret!
Benediction light.
You're mine!
Going
You
in!
may be strong, but I'll never back down! Hold nothing back!
Look sharp!
Slash! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Benediction
All
light.
healed!
First
Appreciate. Much obliged.
Make it rain!
Do you know Danans and Danans have
In an instant! Impact block!
benediction light?
Take this! Slash! Infernal turret!
Going in.
It's over!
Take this. Tiger.
Take this!
Here, let me help.
First aid!
Power surges through me.
Here I come!
one's mine.
It's on! Burn!
Flame! Reload!
Take this!
I'll
Look
thank
sharp.
you.
Take this!
First aid!
Okay, here I go! Flash!
Steering
This
flame!
one's
Reload!
Now you see what I can do!
Watch and weep!
Look sharp.
Benediction light.
Going in. Look sharp.
Not in your dreams!
Nothing gets. So now you're getting serious.
Here's a healer!
No further!
This one's mine.
Power surges
Swallow
through me.
blade! Slash!
I'm gone. Far
thank you.
enough.
Hear me! Flame of
No
fury!
escape!
This
Try
one's
this!
mine.
Infernal turret!
Going in.
I owe you one! It's on!
Great fear.
Here's evil!
Burn in hell!
An outstanding.
Lightning!
I'm gone.
Down!
This one's mine. Flaming meteor.
Wide open!
It won't escape me.
This one's mine.
It's over!
Flame! Reload!
Try harder!
I'm out of ammo.
That's too much.
This one's
Here I
mine.
come!
Seven
Resonate with the earth.
Look sharp.
Art sealed!
Look sharp.
Mega ray!
Benediction light.
Here I come! Slash!
Got it!
Look sharp.
Finish!
That's it.
Annihilation!
Look sharp.
Mega ray!
Swallow blade!
This one's mine.
I'll smash you!
Take this.
Here I come!
Tiger blade.
Slash!
Can't get out of this.
It's over!
Steering
Give me
flame!
the
Reload!
Swallow blade!
Take it.
Flame of
Infernal
fury!
turret!
Spear.
Here's the
The enemy's on the rope. We've got him where we want him. It's time to end this battle.
Hear me! Flame of
Try
fury!
harder! Not a chance!
Burning strike!
Going in.
Spear!
Infernal turret!
Let the marksman handle this!
Benediction.
Eat dirt! Take this!
Burning strike! Here's the evil!
Take this!
All right. Let me in.
No light.
Can't end here!
Ready and
I'm
ready.
all stocked up!
This one's mine.
Abyss!
I'm
Resuscitate!
gone.
Lightning!
Not done yet!
Resonate. Now we're not.
Here I go. Going in.
It's over!
Take this.
Can't get out of this.
Tiger
You're
blade.
mine!
Mega
Try
ray!
this!
Resonate with
Infernal
the earth.
turret!
Mega ray!
It's over! Dazzle! How about this?
Time to shine.
Mirage! Try harder!
Being interrupted.
Mega ray!
Mirage! Try hard! Not a chance!
This one's
Eternal
mine.
devastation!
One more.
Tiger
Tiger blade.
Infernal turret! Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry. Retreat if you know what's good for you.
This one's
Try
mine.
this!
Here, let me help. I don't have much left.
Is it high? Dispatch it out again!
Try this!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
My turn!
I'll thank you. Take this.
Reload!
No armor.
This one's mine.
Remind me, little man, you're good at that. Take this.
It's over! Take this!
Look sharp. Do it.
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
You guys want to rest here?
Guess I'll polish up my sword. Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Good.
Really now.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
I feel like somebody's watching us.
Maybe there's someone around here who needs our help.
Right.
Excuse me!
Well... Really? What's your...
All right.
I wonder what we'll find out there this time.
Most likely Zoogles. I would reckon.
I mean, other than them.
Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Brace yourselves! This one's tough!
Here I go. This one's mine.
Here I go!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Going in. Take the weak point. Look sharp.
Tornado drive!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Thanks, Kisara.
Not today!
Annihilation!
Here I come! Flash!
I'll face you!
Infernal Torrent!
This one's mine.
It's over!
Take this.
Here I come! Try harder!
Lunar blast! Watch and
Here I come! I'm not done!
This one's mine.
20 left!
By the power of water. Armor won't save you.
I'm not done! You're finished!
I'm gone.
Take this!
One more.
Be still!
Time to shine.
Eternal devastation!
Going in.
First aid!
Never let loose!
Tiger
Can't
blade.
get out of this!
I'm all stuffed up!
Everlasting
You're mine!
Ready to go. That's it. Denied.
Here's the evil!
It's
Freeze Lancer!
Take this! Strike!
Take this.
Ray!
Ignite!
Take this.
Annihilation! Mega Ray! Lightning!
The fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
Lightning!
I'll smash you! Elusive deity!
Try harder! Now!
I'm all stuffed up!
Time to shine.
Dazzle!
This one's mine.
Mirage!
Is it in the sky? Tiger blade.
Lightning thrust! Mirage! Try harder!
This one's
Freeze
mine.
Lancer! This one's mine!
It's wide open!
Won't escape me!
Hear me!
Try
Flame
this!
of fury!
Can you take it? Try hard. My turn. Time to let it rip. Here I come.
Freeze laser!
Look sharp!
Do you require a
One
hand?
more!
Lightning thrust. Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno.
In a bind?
Takes it. Burn. Here I come.
Benediction.
Anything in armor is all mine! One more!
Heal. Rising Phoenix.
Steering
Shot.
Reload!
That's it!
Here I come.
Tiger Blade!
My turn.
Thank you!
Try harder.
Spear.
Now.
This one's mine!
Freeze laser!
Everlasting darkness! Negative Tiger Blade!
Here's evil!
Denied!
Freeze laser!
This one's mine!
Here I'm ready. Kisara, Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone!
Steering flame! Reload!
You're mine.
Thank you!
Try this.
Tiger Blade! Tornado Drive!
You're finished.
Illusion
On guard!
You're mine.
This one's mine!
This one's mine!
One more! Tiger Blade!
Stardust. You're mine. This one's all mine. Burn in hell.
Here's a healing art!
Slice.
On guard! Tiger Blade! In a bind?
Hear me! Flame of fury!
I'm not done.
Glacial spear!
Take
Here's
this.
evil!
It's over. Stardust.
Tornado Drive! Take this! Elusive Deity!
You're mine.
Annihilation!
Tiger
Flame of
Blade!
fury!
I can carve through armor! It looks like we made him mad!
Here it goes! One more!
This one's mine!
Try harder.
Quantum leap!
Benediction light.
No escape.
This one's mine!
Now. Be still.
That's it! Denied!
Here comes a big one.
Mega ray! Annihilation!
Benediction.
On guard!
If it's in the
I'm not
sky,
done.
Look sharp! One more! Tiger Blade!
glacial spear! Here's evil!
Burn. Here I come.
Elusive Deity!
Portal blade. Try this.
This one's mine!
Infernal
Tornado
tornado.
Drive! Tiger Blade! Let's give up the pressure!
Elusive
Anything in armor is all mine!
This one's mine!
This
No
one's
further.
mine!
No escape.
If I had to use it some
Try this.
deity!
Infernal turret.
Use its weak point to take it down.
All together,
I
everyone!
said almost. Don't get carried away.
This one's mine!
No escape.
Annihilation!
Tiger Blade!
Infernal turret. It's over.
This one's mine! Elusive Deity!
Hear me! Flame
Guard!
of fury! Burning strike!
Here.
And that's my will!
Look sharp!
Flare tornado!
Eat dirt.
One more!
It's gonna attack.
Right, watch out!
You may be strong,
Ungovernable.
but I'll never back down.
Look sharp! Far enough!
Here I come.
Elusive Deity!
Going up.
Elusive Deity! One more!
Try harder. My turn. You're mine.
Going in!
Lightning thrust.
Begin!
You're on.
Now back into the fray!
Stardust.
Here, let me help!
Rising Phoenix.
Aid!
Here I
Appreciate
come.
the help!
You're
Everlasting
finished.
darkness!
Try this.
Negative gate!
Infernal
Resonate
torrent.
with the earth!
Take this! Where are you going?
Take this! In a bind?
I owe you one.
Mine! Back you! One more!
You're mine.
Tiger Blade! Elusive Deity! Now you're getting serious? I'm not! Hold on! Tornado Drive!
Mega ray!
Benediction light.
Piercing
I
roar!
owe you one. Stardust.
Steering flame!
I'm ready. Totally. In an instant. Impact rock.
To achieve such harmony.
Takes a singular will.
think it's safe to rest here now.
Okay.
Seriously?
Well...
What the...
I wonder if something happened.
You okay?
Yeah!
Okay.
Huh?
Here we go!
sharp. We're going in.
You can tell it's tough just looking at it.
Yeah, it'd probably mess us up good. It'll take more than that to break my shield.
Dependable for last. A new melody.
Piercing wall!
Not today! Aim for the weak spot!
Elusive deity.
Swallow blade! Infernal turret!
Anything in order to back in their defenses!
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be!
Going in!
Here I come!
Piercing roar!
Infernal turret!
I'll take you.
What's in the sky is mine.
Flaming meteor!
Try harder!
Where are you going?
I'm gone!
Not
Prepare
done!
to be sealed. You can't get out of this.
Take it!
Tiger blade!
Try harder!
Here, let me help.
Jonah!
First aid!
Resonate with the earth.
Here I come!
Mine!
You're finished!
Take a look. Mega ray!
Here I come! Swallow blade!
This one's mine!
Infernal turret!
Tiger blade!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
You take it.
This one's mine!
Here I
Going
come!
in!
Eat dirt!
Look sharp! Take... Tiger blade!
Stalagmite.
Going...
There!
Flaming meteor!
Into the center!
This one's mine!
No escape! Try this!
Resonate with the
Infernal
earth.
turret!
There! Far enough! I'm going in! That's it! Tiger blade!
Shattering of pieces! Attack time!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Piercing
Come on!
roar!
Try this! Infernal turret!
This one's mine!
Try harder!
It's
Take
time.
it!
Look sharp!
It's
No
over!
further.
One more! Tiger
Take
blade!
this! Ah!
This one's mine!
Here, let me help.
This one's mine!
Begin.
Tiger blade!
Flame of fury!
Take it!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
It's on! Ah! Ignite! You're mine! It's over!
Let me help! Tiger blade!
Power surges through me. The fluidity of her music is simply...
Try harder!
Here's a healing
Take
arc!
this!
Time to shine!
Swallow blade!
Did you just heal me?
Yes,
Finish!
I need you, remember?
Take this! Strike!
Tiger blade!
You're finished! Dazzle! Take this!
Leave the charges to me!
Now! Let's really!
Take it down!
Tiger blade!
You're finished!
Benediction
Look sharp!
light.
Not in your dreams!
That's it!
No escape!
Lightning! Downfall! Lightning!
Time to let it rip!
Downfall!
Swallow blade!
Prepare to be sealed.
Tiger blade!
Mega ray!
Be still!
This one's mine!
Rising Phoenix! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Benediction light. Can't get out of this.
Going in!
This one's all mine!
Resonate with the
Ignite!
earth.
Going in!
Mega ray!
Might.
Piercing
This should do
roar!
it! No escape!
Going in!
Lightning thrust! You're on!
Tiger blade!
You're mine! You're finished! Here I
Tiger
come!
blade!
Swallow blade! Try this!
Thanks, Shield!
Infernal turret!
Time to shine!
You're mine! Lightning thrust!
Take this.
Strike! You're on!
Going in!
It's over!
Take this!
Here, let me help.
Lightning! Try harder!
Where are you going?
Okay, here I... You're mine!
Fly! On guard!
Swallow blade!
Lunar blast! I'll smash you! Take this!
Here I
Make it
come!
rain!
Ringwell.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Hear me! Flame of Fury! Burning Strike! Glacial Spear! Here's Evil Blade!
Infernal turret!
Freeze Laser!
Piercing roar!
You picked the wrong fight!
It looks like we made a mess!
Lightning! Downfall! Glacial Spear!
Try
Here's
harder.
Evil!
Flaming meteor!
Freeze Lancer! This one's
Get
mine!
attack!
Riker, watch out!
Look sharp!
You're on!
I'm gone! Piercing roar!
Hitting pile driver! Take this!
Going in!
Swallow blade!
Elusive Deity! First aid! I'm all set
Take
up!
this!
Far enough!
Take this! Here me! Flame of Fury! Burning Strike!
You're mine! Swallow
Here's a
blade!
healing art! First aid!
Alright, here I come! Elusive Be still!
One more!
Hitting
Here
pile
I
driver!
go! Gut! Magna Ray! Annihilate!
This one's mine!
I'm gonna need more of that medicine.
Look sharp! Look sharp!
Here I go!
Going in!
More of that
One
medicine.
more!
Darkness.
Negative!
Let me help!
Here I come!
This one's mine! Time to shine!
No further!
By the power of water!
Going in! That's it! Tiger Blade!
Be still!
Searing Flame!
You're on! Try harder! Begin! Down! Lightning thrust!
Going in!
First aid!
It's over!
I'm gone!
Start up!
Flaming meteor!
Swallow blade! Try this!
Hear me!
Infernal strike!
Such unadulterated fury.
I'm gone! This one, nothing gets by me! Far enough!
That move!
Flaming meteor!
Here comes a big one!
Going in!
Not today!
Burning Strike!
Glacial
I'm not done! Can you take it?
One more! Tiger Blade!
Here I come!
Going in!
Flame!
Tiger Blade!
Let me help! Can you take it? Be still!
Where are you going?
Here I come! Slash!
Going in!
You're mine!
One more!
Be still!
Going in!
Can't get out of this!
Time to shine!
Graviton!
You're mine!
Elusive
Magna
Deity!
Ray! Annihilation!
This one's mine!
Try harder! My turn!
Hear me! Flame!
Tiger Blade!
You!
It's over!
Not so fast!
Now see what I can do!
Elusive Deity!
One more!
Freeze Laser!
Infernal turret!
Hitting pile driver!
Finish!
I'm gone!
Lightning thrust!
Keep up the pressure!
You're on!
Nothing
Here I
gets
come!
by me! It looks like we made a mess! Piercing roar! Far enough! Going in!
Escape! Burn!
Piercing roar! Wits about you, people!
It's over!
Being interrupted.
You made me angry! That was a bad idea!
Ready and ready! Use its weak point to take it down.
Mine!
All together,
It's
everyone!
over!
Let them mark
Can you
them.
take...
Tiger Blade!
Wyvern!
Guardian Shield! I'm ready! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malika!
Take this!
The enemy's on the rope!
We've got it where we want him.
It's time to end this battle!
In a bind?
Here I come!
Time to
Swallow
shine!
blade!
First aid!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
You're mine! Lightning thrust!
Magna Ray!
This one's mine! Take this!
Rising Phoenix!
Tiger Blade!
I never miss!
Try harder! My turn! Slash!
Flame!
Elusive Deity! I'm not done! Swallow blade!
Tiger Blade!
Freeze Lancer!
Lightning thrust! Take
So
this!
now you're getting serious?
It's on!
Here's Evil!
Real performance.
Blast you! I'm not done!
Freeze
Tornado
Lancer!
drive!
Time to shine!
Not today!
Here I go!
You're mine!
Far enough!
You're finished!
Elusive Deity! I'll face you!
You're mine!
I'm gone!
You're finished!
Right up the door! I'm ready to go!
Infernal turret!
I'm ready to go!
Try harder!
Guess I have to use the field.
Here's evil!
This one's mine! Take this! Tiger
Infernal
Blade!
turret!
Here's a healing arc!
I don't have much left.
Going in!
Going in!
No escape!
One
In a
more.
bind?
Tiger Blade!
Resonate with the earth!
Here's a healing arc! First
I
aid!
owe you one.
Let
This
the
one's
marksman
mine.
handle this!
I can carve through walls!
Thank you! I'm out of ammo!
Lightning meteor!
Annihilation! Mega ray! Annihilation!
Look sharp!
Where are you going?
Take this!
It's on!
Tiger Blade!
Lightning!
Try this! Infernal turret!
Lightning!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Skills in top form, art's working like a charm. Ha!
Someone seems rather pleased with herself.
You... Did you hear all of that?
Whew. I don't sense any more enemies.
Okay.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
That turned out good, if I do say so myself.
I see someone who looks troubled about something.
A little compassion can make all the difference. I propose we speak to them.
Oh? Yeah. Yeah. Why?
What?
Yeah. Got it. Great. I hate that woman.
She was a handful, wasn't she?
What's wrong with being passionate? Not to mention, she was kind of cute.
Of course that's why you like her. Well... yeah. think I'll ever quite warm up to her, but I can respect her passion for books.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Poodle senses something.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
This might go well in that new recipe.
Here I come!
Spear. Here's evil.
Burn it hell! Take this! Swallow blade!
A debut performance!
Infernal turret! My turn!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Resonate with the earth!
Did you see this coming?
Take this!
I'm ready!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
Looks like it could be worth something.
What's this thing?
I won't forgive you.
A debut performance!
Infernal turret!
Tiger blade.
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
You're mine!
Negative gate!
Here I come! Stardust! You're finished! Take this! It's over! Great! Next!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
I should be of some use to us now.
You weren't exactly dead weight before.
Except in regard to doing basic chores.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Gotta break through! You're mine!
Here I go.
Lightning thrust!
How about this?
Cosmic rupture! Elusive heat! Try this! Infernal turret! Here I come! Mirage! Eternal devastation! Not a chance! Mirage! Take this! Damn it! We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
There's something in the water. I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. There's a nice breeze here. Reel it in. Well, it's not bad, per se.
Maybe you could keep it as a pet.
There we go. We can get a good meal out of this fella.
We can make a real feast out of this bad boy.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
You guys want to rest here?
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey, though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes, when it comes to my brother.
Me? Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time. Of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No. When I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Rise and shine. We're almost ready to leave.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster. Whoo! Whoo! I think Hoodle senses something. Look! It's all the owls we found. I guess this was their way of thanking us for finding them.
It looks like they're grouping up by color. Is that a thing?
Actually, The color of Dan and Owl's feathers is based on their maturity and their astral energy element. So maybe they stick to certain groups even if they all belong to the same kingdom.
Then I guess that means we can tell just how many owls we found in each domain.
They seem to be saying something.
Maybe they're thanking us for finding their buddies. Then again, maybe they're telling us that we have more owls to find.
I think the Queen is protesting that they shouldn't put undue pressure on us.
Maybe he's arguing back that we're the only ones they can actually turn to?
Right. Which is why the Queen is worried about sowing any ill will with us.
We'll do our best, so don't worry, I think.
Can you understand them?
Of course not, I'm just inferring. For some reason, when I hear them talk, that's just what I imagine them saying.
Oh, well, I think you're pretty close to the mark at least.
Well, don't worry about it. We're not breaking our backs over this. I think that was a thank you.
Seems like it, from both of them.
Hoodle seems happy with this. Isn't that nice, Rinwell?
Huh? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You guys want to rest here?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danon, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danons in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danons in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
We're in for a long slog with this one!
It's over!
This one's
Be
mine!
still!
On guard!
Mirage!
Airborne feet! My
Elusive deity! Take this!
Here I go!
Swallow blade!
Flying free! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner
Take
done!
You're finished! Mirage! You're finished!
Tornado drive!
You're mine! Swallow blade! Be still! Take this! Mirage! I'm ready!
Kisara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
Not by a long shot!
Mirage! Dazzle!
Piercing roar!
Phoenix! You're mine! It's over!
Here! Crumble!
Resonate with the earth!
Stalagmite! Back into the fray!
In a bind?
I can feel my power growing!
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my arc! When he slows down, that's our chance!
This one's mine!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
Tiger blade! Annihilation!
Take this!
Back into the fray!
It's over!
Annihilation! Look sharp!
Take
Here I
this!
go! Go!
Prepare
This
to be
one's
seized!
mine!
Leap of choice. Actually,
This one's
that
mine!
sound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Tiger blade! Here I go! Go! Look sharp!
Can't get out of this!
Tiger blade!
Lightning! Downfall!
Here we go!
Prepare to be seized!
Annihilation!
Can't get out of this!
Mega Ray!
Begin! Take this! Can't get out of this!
This one!
Prepare to be seized!
Swallow blade!
Maintaining pile driver!
Infernal turret! You're finished! Be still! Here I come!
One more!
Tiger
Blade!
I'll face you!
Take this!
On guard!
Catapult! Take this!
One!
Try this! Infernal Torrent! It's over! Dazzle! It's over!
Tiger Blade!
Mirage!
Elusive deity!
Here I come!
Dating
You're
Wildfire!
finished! Infernal
I'll blow
Torrent!
you into dust!
You're mine!
I'm ready!
It's over!
Reload!
No further!
You're mine! Take this!
Everything's done!
Pieces!
Negative gate!
I'm ready! You're following! In an instant! Impact Clock! Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I sense a strange power from this.
That'll teach us for getting cocky.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Leave the agile ones to me.
Be still!
The tempest engulfs you!
You got flyers!
I've got this!
The enemy
Let
will
him
be
march then! You'll soon see about that!
All yours!
Here's the
You're
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Talking more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's
Wrong
content.
fight! One more! Here I come! Slash! Infernal turret! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Beckon into everlasting
This
dawn.
one's mine! Negative gate!
Tiger Blade! Swallow Blade! Infernal turret!
Make it rain! Shield!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
I know fine weapon material when I see it. Bad feeling about this.
Rising Phoenix!
This one's mine!
Here I come!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Try this!
Right here! I got it!
Now or never.
Here I come! Soda! Mirage!
Do it! Ridwell!
Frozen.
Hammer!
My turn! Mirage!
There. That was it.
Make it rain!
Radiant Light. Here.
Be still!
Flame of Fury.
Mirage! You're mine! Swallow Blade! Try this! Infernal
I'm
Fury!
ready.
Lancer. This one's got your name on it.
Action to action!
Over so soon.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn. You weren't messing around.
Brace yourself! This one's tough!
Give a lightning!
Take this!
Going in!
Heal! You're finished! Lightning thrust!
Tiger
Rising
Blade! Do it!
Phoenix! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Mirage! Lightning thrust! Rising Phoenix! Swallow Blade!
You are dependable as ever.
I'm counting on you just as much.
I'll endeavor not to let you down.
That's my
Stronger than
cue.
any Renan soldier I've ever
Shut
met.
him down!
They don't just let anybody have a place in the Royal Guard.
Indeed.
Swing left! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough!
Like moths to the
Here
flame.
goes!
Dazzle!
Here's the
Soda!
flame of Fury!
Rising Phoenix! It's over! You're mine!
Freeze
Be
Lancer!
still! Okay, here I go!
Glacial
Infernal
Spear! Pierce
Devastation!
evil! Leave the enemy's arc to me! One more!
Nothing right here! I'm ready!
Kisara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
My turn!
Can you
Not
take
by
it?
a long
Mirage!
shot.
Here I come! Lightning thrust! Mirage! You're finished!
Resonate
Take
with the
it!
earth.
Swallow Blade!
Gemini Aqua!
Make it rain! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
firepower of yours is really something.
I could say the same.
This one will be difficult to predict. I shall ensure you survive this.
Eat dirt! You're mine! Be still!
That's it!
Dazzle! Dazzle!
Go in!
Take this! Slice!
I'm gone!
Here I come!
Elusive deity! Radiant Tiger Blade!
Try this!
Watch and
Slice! Try this! Infernal Sword! Here I come! Stardust!
Another incantation ruined.
Elusive deity! Strut! Swallow Blade! Try this! Infernal Torrent!
Everlasting darkness. Negative
Come
hit.
on!
Those are impressive skills.
They took a lifetime to master.
Then I'll have to keep training.
So that's how a lord fights.
I don't perform as well when I'm upset.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear you say that.
Rising Phoenix!
I'm gone!
You're mine! Swallow Blade! Infernal Torrent! Totally! In an instant! Impact Rock!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
I'll clear the way through.
I've got your back with you! I'm gone!
Lightning Thrust!
One more! Far enough!
Damn it!
I never miss!
Swallow Blade! Be still!
Time to shine!
You're on! Dazzle!
Piercing do it! Piercing!
All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
Magnificently done.
I'm gone!
You're mine! Be still! Burn!
Radiant
Look at you as a snot.
Do it! Vegeta! Go for it! Prepare to crumble!
Now! Take this!
Radiant
You're on! Lightning
I'm out of
Thrust!
ammo!
Rising Phoenix! Swallow Blade!
I'm gone!
Slice!
Make it break!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Rock!
I need to be stronger.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
I never miss!
You're finished! Mirage! Be still!
This one's mine!
Rising Phoenix!
Begin!
Here's a
Take this! Okay, here I go!
This one's mine!
Mirage!
Ready to go!
Try this!
This one's mine!
Infernal Torrent! You're finished!
Look sharp!
Be still!
Annihilate more! Fire blade! Not on my watch! Primed and ready! Going in! By the power of
You're going pretty hard in this battle.
I am not usually given to restraint.
Sometimes I believe you're stronger than you let on.
Here, let me
Impressive. I didn't even get to have my turn.
History abounds with tales of lords' daring exploits.
I've still got a ways to go!
Guess I misread the landing.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that.
This one will be difficult to predict.
Try this!
Annihilate! Mega Ray!
Here I come!
Now it's mine!
Rise it up! It's over!
Begin! Glacial Video!
I'm not done!
Make it rain!
No further!
On guard!
You're finished!
Okay. You're stronger than any Renin soldier I've ever met.
They don't just let anybody have a place in the Royal Guard.
Indeed. So I see.
Here goes! Glacial Sphere! Here's evil!
I'm not done!
Make it rain!
Ring left! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Good to know my training's paying off.
And what, pray tell, does this training of yours entail?
Why? Interested in joining me?
Dohalim's fighting style is... what's the word I'm looking for? Subdued? No...
Do you mean elegant, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the word. For better or worse, you can definitely tell he's cut from posh Renin cloth.
And he's not just skilled with the staff either. He can also use astral arts, including healing ones. I can see how he made it to the position of a lord.
You flatter me, but my fighting techniques merely come from a style that aims to conserve energy by minimizing body movement.
Is that why you wait until the last second before you dodge attacks? To avoid unnecessary movements?
No, I do that to sharpen my senses. I find that doing so is an effective means of drawing out my innermost strength.
Oh yeah, I've noticed you look stronger and strike out with your rod more after you dodge attacks. Guess that's why.
Still, it's a risk. Don't you ever worry you'll dodge at the wrong moment?
Then, it'll be just as well.
Huh?
It's nothing. Let us continue. Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In men and sea.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Try this!
Don't mind if I do!
Here's the
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Switch to offense!
I'm not done!
Resonate with the
Dazzle!
Radiant,
Do it! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
I'm not done!
This one's mine!
Here goes!
Elusive deity! Mirage! You're finished!
Not in your dreams!
Here I come!
You do it!
Not a chance! Take this! Begin!
This one's mine!
Take this! Dazzle! Tempting!
Make it
Mirage!
rain!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Gotta break through! You're mine!
Here goes!
You're mine! Lightning now! Hurricane Thrust!
Deity!
Mirage! No further! Swallow Blade! Be still!
Flaming Meteor!
Mirage! Take this! You're finished! Tempting!
Fluidity.
I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
This one's mine! One more!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
Out of my way!
You're mine!
Shield
Swallow Blade!
Confiscated!
Here I come! Swallow Blade! Try this! And Swallow Current!
Into the shadows!
Dazzle!
How about this?
Rising
Annihilation!
Phoenix! Come one, come all! Resonate with the other! Too fast!
Do it!
Stand back.
Dazzle!
I'll trip. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! Lightning!
Not a chance! Move it!
I'm gone!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Mine!
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Swallow Current! Begin! Elusive deity!
Ready!
I'm out! I'm all stuffed up!
Lightning Thrust!
This one's mine!
Next!
Negative.
These little ones are hardly
Take
worth
this.
our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Be still! Mirage! I'm ready! Strike!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
That's a pretty fancy skill there.
All the better to protect you with, my dear.
Then I'll leave the front line to you.
The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm... Been looking for you. For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? Said you were looking for me. Why? Beautiful, precious life. What the... That is all I desire. Why are we fighting? Who even are you? Try harder!
Have laser spear!
Try this!
And stop! Going in! Freeze laser!
Here I come! Be still!
Get from the way! Far enough! Back into the fray!
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal!
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
How about this?
You're mine!
Freeze laser!
Going in! Entertain me. Not today!
Use its weak point to take it down.
All together, everyone! Turn the ammo! Back into the fray!
In a bind?
Take this!
Annihilation!
Swallow blade!
Mega ray!
Here I come!
One more!
Elusive deity!
Try
Here's a
harder!
healing arc!
Not a chance!
Rotating pile driver!
Enjoy. Why'd you heal me?
Walking down.
Right.
Mega ray!
Try harder!
I never miss!
Now! Okay, here I go.
Reload! Piercing roar! Mega ray!
Here I go! I'll think it's over!
I got you!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Mega ray!
Crush! Heal! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
This one...
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beat.
I'm not here just to stand around and have...
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate your trying. Please, stop trying.
It's not that. I just...
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renin district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renins have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danans and Renins, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renins here, there should still be some people around.
This debris... Do you think it could be the work of Renin astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renins can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shion has got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
All of you, stop right there! Don't move!
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Beifong, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Danon leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadeye's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadeye. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
You could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix.
So you're elfin, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
Why, you?
So you're the one who took down the lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
Ha! We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quietly.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Danans in this realm, is it not? If so,
Shut your
then—
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Danans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Oh. Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of this show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. The scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you knew that. Maybe it's because you and the little lady are friends and more.
Son of a... You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Danan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Way!
Yeah! Deadeye! Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm! We're not afraid of any Bright Eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last Bright Eye out of this... realm!
The Dark Wings! The Dark Wings rule!
Hey, wait up! Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renan pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could...
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadeye...
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renans.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Beifan? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadeye.
This isn't Deadeye's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunt.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renans as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renans. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge.
I get the feeling Deadeye signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a rooster rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Danans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renans here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renans out of Niaz, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Danans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renans just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is, when you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renan lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him, too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niaz is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadeye, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell!
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy. Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Danans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dana as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
What's wrong? All right.
What?
Hey.
Yeah!
Good.
All right!
I feel like somebody's watching us.
Maybe there's... Well...
I see. Oh.
Just great.
Excuse me!
Good.
That's some cryptic text, all right.
It could mean anything. Can't we just look around the area for clues? Or something?
Hey! Maybe these are supposed to be different locations?
Oh, now you're into this too, huh?
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
Oh, yeah? Right.
Hey! Yeah!